Hello, everybody, and welcome to Marquee Gaming this evening. Good to see you all. Welcome in. Thanks for joining us as we jump into our 52nd episode of Mystical Mishaps this evening with a party that has leveled up to level 6. Pretty exciting to see what happens and where things go from here. I'm definitely excited. I hope all of you are as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, why don't we start off with some player introductions, starting with Rachel.
Hi, I'm Rachel, also known as Pip. You can find me posting art stuff on Instagram under Pip400art. I also stream art on Mondays at 3:30 CST. So I'll have an art stream tomorrow. It'll be a good time. I also have like an artist appreciation shout out stream I'm planning. Not this week, like I was telling everyone earlier. It's actually next week because I have no concept of time. So sorry for the confusion. There is still time. If you would like to have me freak out over your art on stream, please DM me and we can talk. Because it's next week. Okay. So I think it was Steak messaged me and was like, you said the 27th on your original post. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's not even the 20th. Oh my gosh. I just didn't know what week it was. Anyway. So in this game, I play Eleonora. She's a level 6 now. ASMR Warlock. And she's close to her old home. And, you know, we'll see. We'll see what happens. The end.
What a great story. We'll see what happens. Yes. Definitely going to be interesting to see where things go with Eleonora in this part of the world. But why don't we pass over to our second player tonight, which is Kelly.
Hi, I'm Kelly. Can you guys hear me? Is this working? Okay, cool. My Discord's being weird, so it isn't lighting up. Anyway, I play the level 6 monk named Winnie, who's excited to have new things that I can do with my punches. And also, the player Kelly has now seen between this session and last session, I now saw Dune 1 and 2. So now I'm like, desert. Excited to not want to ride some worms. So I knew nothing about Dune before that, so I'm excited that we're in the desert now. So if you see her digging for worms, like doing like thumping. Yeah. Anyway, I'm done thinking.
Or get your face tattooed or something.
Yeah.
I
start like saying weird like prophecies. They're like, what is she doing? Oh my gosh.
What, are you okay?
Winnie's the chosen one, the one you'd never think should even be. She should not lead anyone.
Good.
Awesome. So our third player tonight, we have Ashley.
Hello, I'm Ashley. I also make art. It's also on my Instagram. I am gonna try and post a bunch of new stuff this week. So if you're interested, that's where you can find it. I play Euphemia. She's a human druid, level 6 druid. Very excited. I got a new Circle of Dreams ability with this level up, so I actually will hopefully get to use that soon. And yeah, excited to see how this goes. Euphemia just wants everybody to be alive and safe and not die. So we have some goals. We'll see if they're realistic or not, depending on how this session goes.
We will see. Definitely. But our fourth and final player this evening, we have Mike.
Hello everyone, my name is Michael, also known as Bardic Dice, here on all the socials. I also stream D&D. You can catch us on, let's see, what week is it this week? This is Twitch week. So we play every week except this week. We do a bi-weekly game of Called Another Deep live on Twitch at 7:30 Central CST. Super fun with top-down tabletop, Vixen Shanks, as well as Sassy Fire and Kojak from the Tavern. So yeah, we're getting into it. If you like the Critical World of Exandria, we're kind of going through the Called Another Deep campaign, which is super fun. And then on the off weeks that that's not on, we are premiering our pre-recorded homebrew game of Fates Apart, which is the spiritual sequel to Fates United, where we have John and Dee from the Tavern, as well as newcomers Megan and Greg, which is super fun. So we'll be getting into episode, I think 4 next week. But all these will be able to be founded on YouTube for VODs if you want to follow there, as well as Spotify, which thank you, Yoda, for still being our only audience over there for now. It's really fun just to see go tick up one. It's really fun. So just shout out there. But today I played Davril. He is not one half of the Twilight Twin duo, but he's the human artificer wizard that is now a blade singer. So we're super excited. So level 6, 4 split, 2 wizard. Yeah, just he's just in the desert, just trying to stop crunching on sand in his mouth. So it's a fun time.
Oh yeah, you know it. Good times. Go give Bardic Dice a follow if you have not already. And we do share a Discord with Bardic Dice that you can join. It's called The Tavern. And in there you can find out about things going on. You can chat about what you're passionate about, what you're doing. Make some friends. It's a great time. Good community. And if you feel so inclined to post gifts during this session, you can head over to the Mystical Mishaps channel and post gifts of funny things that happen. It's hilarious. I love seeing them. Super fun. So you can do that if you want to. But yeah, I'm Mark. I'm the Dungeon Master. And I don't have a lot to say this evening besides I'm ready to play D&D. I've been painting a lot this week that I've been having dreams about painting. It's just how life goes sometimes. But if everyone's all set, we can jump into our intro so we can get into today's session. How about that? Let's do it. All right, friends, we are back and ready to dive into our session this evening. As we kick this off with our recap, and I will turn on the channel point redemptions. Go ahead and claim those, see who can get them first. Our players were traveling in the desert with their new traveling companion Zydron, a member of the Grit, towards the city of Embervault, which is a central location for the Grit. On their journeys, they spotted a glowing pink flower in the distance that they went to investigate. Mycom, Dav's familiar, flew over to it and was compelled to fly closer and closer until he touched it, and poof, gone. So they noped out of there real quick and got away from that thing. And then continued on their journey. They also encountered a sandstorm on one of their days that moved in, and while they were taking shelter underneath like a protective cover, they heard screams and voices within the sandstorm as their protection was being battered with sand that was told to be the screams of the dead, and of souls can linger within the desert. But eventually, their fourth day of travel, they did arrive in Embervault, where they are very much so outsiders of this community. They are not able to enter the actual city, and they did get a meeting set up with the leader of the Grit, the leader of the city, Aslam, and they wanted to seek him and petition him for aid and helping Eleonora to do some mission in Shadow Rock to get her son. But with some cryptic nudges in a direction, the group kind of picked up on the fact that it might be good to speak to Zydron and see what he might say about this mission with the new details that Eleanor provided to Aslan. So the party went to go rest. Emotions were high, but they needed to sleep as they had traveled the whole night before. And that's where we will pick up, is as you guys are coming to the end of that long rest, now level 6. Let me get all these redemptions taken care of, because a bunch came in, as I like to see. Everyone got their advantage die. And
Thank you.
Thank you.
let's see, we got a chat blessing we need to redeem. So let's see who gets that. That goes to Ashley.
Wow, you finally get one.
Dang.
And then raise mishap level, as it is quite low right now. We need to bring that up a little bit.
Mix it up a little. Are we on 10/11? Is that the date?
That is the current date, yes.
Morning or night? Did we
The
Did we
afternoon
rest in the night?
at this point.
Okay. All the like back and forth day night.
Oh,
got
yeah,
me
it's
all
weird.
mixed up.
Yeah.
Oh, and then somebody comes and lowers the mishap level right away. I just got it nice and medium. Someone had to go and
The atmosphere is rapidly changing.
change that on us.
Thank
All right.
you.
I know this is not important for where we're on the story, but I was doing some housekeeping on my character sheet. I know I got 3 of those little coins that I emulate. One's the light thing I use for myself. I think the second one I have is the garden small for Euphemia. Is the third one I took a picture of
Julian.
Euphemia's mom and
Right.
her, right? And that's being drawn.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, which is already done, so I think I have that back,
Yeah.
right?
So that one you
Okay.
can blank.
That's a blank
yeah.
one. Okay.
Yeah.
I
I
just
keep
couldn't remember
forgetting
if
to
I had a
ask
blank one or
you.
not.
Yeah, I keep forgetting to ask you about them. But if it changes, just let me know. For her.
Yeah, of course.
For her too.
What about Julian's picture?
I think we switched that over, didn't we? Didn't we? No.
No. I still have that.
And that's the third one. Okay.
So then I.
So then I
would
don't have a light one. That's
eliminate-
what it is. That's what it was. I don't have a light anymore.
Oh, you did take the light one off. I do.
And,
Okay.
Yeah. So that's what I'm.
That sounds right.
Yeah. So after the mom one's back would be.
All right.
So now you have an extra one floating around. So okay.
Perfect. They need a place to put that on character sheets. You can just write them in. They
know.
really need that.
There's like a
but-
note
Nice.
section that I like once I opened it I can kind of do it, but
Inventory
it's
is-
hard to get to.
Not the easiest to organize on these sheets, but
I just want to make sure I wasn't forgetting one or something.
Oh yeah. But you guys are camped outside of the city. There's again like little stalls that are kind of outside the city that they have for people who do travel in for supplies and things of that nature that are set up. But majority of the stuff seems to be happening within the inner section of the city. But Euphemia, as you wake up, like you've been traveling through this desert and it's just been feeling dead and lifeless throughout. But you wake up and you suddenly feel this like kind of connection to the land close by you.
okay.
You just have this extra feeling of like sensing the magic of the ground beneath you. And a little bit of an extra closeness. It doesn't go out super far, but
Okay.
okay. You just kind of get this sense of like you can manipulate the land maybe a little bit to be helpful to you in this close
Like
proximity.
maybe it's not as empty as it felt before.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I might savor that a little bit and sit on the ground with my hands in the sand for a little while.
Yeah,
before he's
definitely.
getting ready. Just like buried.
Anything else you guys would like to do as you are waking up from your long rest?
I will go off a little ways from everyone and cast Goodberry.
All right.
Winnie, you still use the dagger? Is that still pretty important to you?
Oh my gosh, this music's so loud. It's not for you. It's not you. I just turned it up and it was way too loud. Couldn't go straight.
That's the person walking by. They do like a loop.
Yeah.
And it's like really loud when it comes back to past the 10.
A marching band. I do, but I don't have to. Do you need it back?
Not really. I just wasn't sure, like, if it ever becomes redundant to you, like you already have something ranged that you wouldn't use this for, or like your monk stuff becomes more powerful than the dagger, then there is something I would use it for. But right now, at least, it's, I think, better in your hands. So I don't really have anything I concentrate on. So
I do use it for range stuff. But if you ever want it back, or if you don't want to have me do it anymore, then that's fine. I can figure something else out.
I'll let you know. I'm good right now. I just wanted to double check.
Okay, cool.
I use it for my armor. I can see him like redoing the little rune in his armor, but now on the leather instead of the scale mail.
Cool.
Were we able to like clean up at all in some way? Yeah,
that was my next question. Did my spell work for Goodberry?
It did work. Yes.
Okay. I think I would kind of look over everybody. Did we have a chance to kind of clean up, or are we still did we just take a rest?
Currently, I've not cleaned up.
Okay. I'm gonna say I can make us some more water if you want to freshen up. I just need all of our containers again.
Yes.
And I will once again give myself a little bit of a buffer, and I'll cast Create or Destroy Water in all of our containers, just laid out, my hands out, like.
Okay.
First level.
No mishap.
Finally.
You feed me a hose just from each finger. Just.
That's so weird. I imagine she almost just like passes her hand over it like a miracle, like it just happened.
Like a miracle, yay!
Water.
Wow.
It is magic after all. Okay, cool. Well, every vessel we own is now full of water because it's like 10 gallons. So
awesome.
There's plenty.
Plenty of water. Perfect. But yeah, the afternoon's moving like in swiftly. It's getting close to evening by this point, and there is a little bit of a crowd that is gathering near the graveyard. You notice that you saw as you came in.
That makes sense. Yeah, I'll take a little bit of time to freshen up, not be so gross. I don't know if we have a big enough container even to like wash clothes or not, but
I mean, our mess kit's probably not, but
spot clean.
Yeah, prestidigitation, right?
Yeah, she just doesn't want to cast it right now. So
never be afraid of magic, Eleanor.
I'll probably just change or something and try and take care of maybe a bundle of them later, since it's like, you know, you can like fold them and do like a mass cleanup potentially later. But yeah, she's pretty quiet getting up. But how many people are at the graveyard?
There's a pretty decent sized crowd beginning to gather. They're just like coming out from the city. The city is still guarded, so I don't think this is an opportunity to sneak in there. But there's definitely like a group of people who is making their way to the graveyard. They're keeping an eye on you too. Like, people are watching you guys. You feel like there's always eyes on you as outsiders.
Do we feel like hostile at all, or mostly just like they're just suspicious of us type of thing?
I wouldn't say you sense any hostility at this point, but they don't know you. They're protective of their space.
I'll just say to the others, I mean, Zydron is probably there.
Is it like
So,
a funeral?
not
or
that I'm going
something?
to interrupt a funeral, but
Yeah.
after.
Yeah. You can wait until you see them touch disperse, I guess.
Do you want to speak with him alone? Or would it be helpful to have someone else there? Or all of us?
Maybe I could try alone if I need you. You could be close by. If that works.
Of course. It's not like we really have anything else we can be doing right now anyway.
Now Ashley gets all of them.
Yeah, Ashley got another
Do we-
blessing, but that goes right into the mishap level.
Mark, do we get the
It
sense
gives,
that, like,
but it
if...
takes away.
yeah.
Funny.
What are you asking, Rach?
Trivia, you don't have to be sorry. That was very nice you did that. Don't ever be sorry.
No,
but
just
anyway.
add to the chaos.
Odds were in your
Yeah,
favor.
it's nice.
Odds were in your favor
Yeah.
against somebody else, but yeah.
Nightbot is just mean. Or whatever it is that does that. Do we get the sense that, like, if we went to watch this funeral, that it would be a bad thing? Or do we kind of feel like maybe we could?
Like intrusive or no?
You can give me a
Yeah.
vibe check, an insight roll.
Can I as well or no?
Sure.
This
Nope.
dice has been rolling so many fives for me.
I should buy two.
Can I
well, we're not
also,
meant to know, I
or do
guess.
you want to limit it to 2?
It's like you guys are
You can
related or
roll
something.
as well.
I feel like I've been watching everyone. 20.
You feel like this is a close community, and it's kind of like a inner core type thing. Is like how they're. You don't get like inviting looks from anybody to come over. Like it looks like they are coming over as a community, and you guys are separate. Is kind of the vibe you've been getting.
Okay. If I see anybody looking over there, I would just kind of say, I think they want it. I don't think we're that welcome.
I wondered. I do trust your instincts on that. So we can wait.
I think it will mean a lot if we are respectful of their space.
Yes.
We can pay our own respects in our own time if that's what you feel like you want to do.
It is a good idea.
As you guys kind of watch as more people make their way to the graveyard, there is a older woman who kind of makes her way to you guys. She is a human, and she approaches and just for your travels, and she hands a little like rolled up piece of paper over to you all. Anybody want to take it, or I'll just roll to see who she hands it to?
I usually take it. Unless someone starts
She's-
to, I will let them.
Hand it in the direction of Winnie. That's what I rolled for. But if you want to take it, you can.
Sure.
I'll take it if I don't care.
Okay, so she hands it to Winnie, and then goes to the graveyard, just kind of leaving you all.
Thank you.
She'll kind of like just hand it down the door anyway.
Oh,
Would you know who's the leader here? Go on.
Clearly,
like
she's in
open-
charge.
I open it. I'll like tilt it so Winnie can see, just if she feels.
I can't be in charge of opening a piece of paper. Who do you think I am?
If you are
Okay,
reading
yeah,
it, you can give me an investigation roll. So
Yeah.
Eleanor or Winnie, if you want to look at it.
Another 5 on the
Better.
die.
Oh my.
Yeah, I didn't do much better.
So sorry.
Investigation, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, 6. What do you do?
Okay.
Oh boy.
We forgot how to read.
So it doesn't seem that useful to either of you that much. Like, you just kind of read about it, and it's sounds like it's like almost like survival type stuff for the desert a little bit, and just like tips and tricks. But it's not well written, so it's a little hard to track with. But because you got one better, Winnie, you do get a sense that there is potentially something in here, if you studied it, that may be a benefit to you.
Okay. I guess also, can I actually look at this for a little while? I want to see if I just want to
Sure.
kind of try and see what it means.
Of course. I hand it back.
Need
Can
anyone
I
to lend an
investigate further?
eye? We're always around to
I-
help if need be.
I'd be
Yeah,
interested
can
in
I-
reading it if it's survival stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, can I give it to them if they want to read it?
Sure.
I don't know, we can just help you. It's your, sounds like
Okay.
you found something in there.
I have
Do I-
proficiency, so I could help you.
Okay. Do I roll for it now, or do I just have to take time and study it?
If you want to do this during the burial stuff, you can.
One time? Yeah. Yeah, I'd like to.
Go for it.
What am I rolling? Investigation again,
Investigation. Yep.
or no? I keep
One of
rolling
us
really
aided.
bad.
No,
I can
Oh, and
aid.
I'm at 20, so
Okay,
Hey,
there you go.
there you go.
we don't need your
Just
help.
needed a little more
Um,
time.
just need some extra rolls. I don't have anything, any modifiers, so it's just 20.
So, as like you're looking, your friends like point out how there's like a connection to a diagram. Some of the words that are like connected to a diagram that you saw, and the diagram shows like a visualization of like a body, and there's like certain points that were marked on it. But now with the connection to this, like words that connect to the diagram, you notice connections for various points in the body that can potentially make someone feel like nauseated and sick, or ways that you can aid people in a better way and make like them stronger. And you just kind of get the sense of like, if I hit these points with punches, I could help somebody, or if I like channel my healing into them in certain ways, it might be improved a little bit. So
Cool.
you feel like you're kind of picking up on some extra connections in this document.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, I'll keep studying it then while we're waiting.
I think that lady was an acupuncture or something like that. That's pretty cool.
Did we get any sense of like have we seen her like in the
She
town?
disappeared
Okay.
and wandered away.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe.
Some kind of cunning woman here in the town.
They sort of help though, I guess.
Try a pressure point on me. See if it works.
But a good one or a bad one?
It's up to you. Surprise me.
Can I do one to make him sick, or like to try?
Sure.
I guess I don't know. I'll say it. Yeah, I'll try it. Why not? What am I doing?
Make an attack roll.
Oh, sorry. I didn't roll super well, but let's see. 16. Does 16 hit you?
Yeah, clearly.
Okay.
I don't
Okay.
have armor on her blades it up, so.
Okay.
So you can roll damage and add your extra special hand of harm into there now.
Okay. Sorry, Dab. I guess you can short rest this back.
Oh,
You said
still
you wanted to. Hold on. What's my new hand of harm stat? Okay.
He still wants to be taught by her how to fight faster, so that makes sense.
Oh, I rolled pretty good. Hold on. 13 damage. And you're also poisoned,
You're
I think.
poisoned
So
now.
next- You're poisoned.
Seems green.
Sorry.
Whoa.
I get key points back on our first. I'll immediately go and heal you again for let's see if I can.
You're fine.
You get 6 points of healing. So it couldn't heal you all the way. Not as good. Sorry.
Reaches for an extra good berry. Oh,
Sorry.
That's weird.
I don't know. It worked, I guess, right?
It really, well, that's really good.
Sorry.
No, I really like that. It's a lot more aggressive than I thought. He just like lays down.
Sorry.
Everything's swirling for a bit.
It's just like 6
Eleanor's
seconds.
just
but
watching
yeah.
you guys. Yeah, and she just kind of like moves off a little.
I think people at the funeral, they can't see us, like, like the back. We're just like being idiots.
Just Winnie straight, just like bopping him to the ground, like.
Just in the back, there's like saying like their words, like the condolences and stuff. And I was in the back of your seat. Terrible.
I do think during this like waiting period, I would be kind of keeping an eye on Eleonora. So if her mood changes or if she seems like she needs something, I'm not like staring you down, but I would be like super creepy.
You're sitting really
Staring.
close to me, like.
Yeah. Too close. No, I would be attentive of you, even whatever we're doing during the day.
But
Yeah, I think I'm mostly just thinking and waiting.
Yeah, they look like they're doing their kind of burial ceremony, and you hear people singing and hear a little bit of instruments being played, and it looks like they're kind of aligning it with the sunset too, as the sun like gets lower and lower and eventually fizzles out. Shortly after that is when people start heading back to the city. It's like they're heading to their homes, they're packing up their things that are outside the city and taking it within. Looks like it's beginning to wind down.
Yeah, I'll wait till it looks like most of the people have dispersed. I don't even want to go in as like people are leaving, just to not cause a fuss, but I'll just kind of say to the others, like, I'm gonna go see if I can see him.
You need something,
Perfect
Thank
timing,
you.
Riches. You get a bless.
Oh,
Hey!
wow!
That was
Thanks.
perfect timing.
That's really good timing. Who did that? Chiller. Awesome.
All right. So
That was just from the ground. If anyone could do it, it's you.
She does a bit of a double take at that and says, thank you. Then she will go.
but you make your way in now with the sun being gone. It's dark. You find that most people have left by this point. But give me a perception roll.
14.
Okay. You scan around a little bit, and eventually you do see Zydron. He is standing by, I guess we said it was sarcophagus. I don't know if that's still right, but like
I think that's what it's called.
I think it is.
you see them standing by one that is in a row of other ones. They're kind of in their own section, and he just is standing there, like with his hand on it, by himself.
So everyone's gone.
Basically, everyone's gone. There's no one around him.
Mm-hmm.
It does look like there's people who watch the graves, but it doesn't look like they're approaching him.
Okay. Is there anything like on the graves or like ways that it looks like people like show respect to the fallen or anything like that?
You notice that like some of them have carvings that are on them, and from things that are maybe etched into him, but that's about all you notice.
Okay, so there's not like, not that there would be plants, but there's not like a version of like flower type of things, or like
It doesn't look like they
it's
put
very like
flowers on.
practical.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's pretty
that makes
simple.
sense. Okay. Do I see like if he looks like he's like calm, or if he looks like he's like crying or anything? Like I don't want to like.
You can give me a vibe check.
Check.
Oh, it's a 1
It's hard
for
to
a
see.
5.
It's hard to see his face at
Okay.
this point.
Stoic hero.
Hmm?
Stoic hero.
Oh, I don't know what I thought you said. I thought you were saying like a name or something. I was like,
It's so Kira. I'm like,
I thought you said that too.
Yeah.
Stoic hero.
is this an anime
Like
character?
a
I don't remember
character?
that.
Who is
Yeah.
this?
Watching a lot of anime today. I'm really sorry.
Yeah, I'll slowly make my way over. I don't really want to like rush in though. I don't want to like disturb anything necessarily.
Okay.
So I might even like kind of stand off to the side a little bit and give it some space and see if he notices me first, or if like he seems ready. You know, I don't want to like barge in.
Are you trying to make yourself known?
Maybe. I mean, if he notices, he does, and if he doesn't, then I can wait until I feel like I will make myself known. Does that make sense?
Okay. So you're moving up close enough that he might see you, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. So
But
as
I
you
take my time with it. I don't want to make it a huge rush thing.
Yeah. As you kind of slowly make your way forward, he does seem like he does catch your presence, just turns and looks at you. Do you need something?
Sorry, Mark, what was his name? Oaken?
Oaken?
Is that his name?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Just making sure I got that right. I'll just say I'm sorry again about Oaken.
May he rest here.
You brought him back. I'm sure that's important. Did he have any family or anything?
No.
Oh, I'm glad he had you then.
You need something.
We're about to leave, but I think I was told to speak with you. If you need time, I can give it to you, but this is about the only time I felt like I could catch you, since we're not allowed in the city. So, take your time. It's whatever you need.
What do you need to speak to me about?
I just look over at the grave, kind of like, oh, are we doing this like right here? The grave thing. But I say, I met with your leader last night, or yesterday.
Today.
Yes. She like seems confused by the time changes. not used to it. His answer perplexed me. And I was hoping you would be able to bring it to light a bit.
What did he answer?
He said that my plight did not convince the gods with him. There were 2 people standing with him. But he said that he made it seem like others could be convinced. And to speak of what I seek, of a secret reason, it was cryptic. I don't even understand how authority works with your group. I didn't understand why the others were included.
What are you asking of me?
I just kind of am silent for a second, and I slowly I reach into my pocket and I take out something from my pocket. It's a folded piece of paper. I ripped it out of one of the notebooks. I don't take the Julian picture, surprisingly, but the one that we took. But I hand him it. If he takes it.
What's this?
And it is a picture I drew, but it's of Julian as I remember him, not of the picture. It's him 9. And I'm just kind of silent for another minute, trying to find words. And then I finally say, he's in Shadow Rock.
He's just looking at the picture.
He's about your son's age. Anything I do, he could be leverage. He might already be. There has been no word. There has been no contact. And his uncle is possessed by a creature that I don't even know what he's doing. The same thing that's trying to kill me. If I make a move, I don't know what will happen.
Just looking at the picture.
I have.
What are you asking me?
I gave up everything to try and do this myself. But I will be killed on sight if I go there. Everything I've tried has failed. No one will help me. Aside from the 3 you see. And a few other kind souls along the way. But to get in, I have no options. I need him out. I would do anything to get him out.
Roll a persuasion roll. No pressure.
No pressure.
You got a reroll too, and you have a blessing. So
I do have a reroll. I'll use a blessing first.
Okay.
I might use my reroll. I can take the higher of the 2, right?
Yep.
Okay, I'll take the higher. Or I'll do that.
Yep.
Oh, jeez. I'm rolling so bad. I got a 17.
Okay. So just look at the picture. So this is your child.
Yes.
And his father.
It's gone. The shadow. It was just Julie and I for a while. But when I discovered that something was wrong with my brother, I was accused of assassination, called an unfit mother, and taken out. He could not come with me. And it's been 2 years of doing everything I can. Dead end after dead end. He might even think I abandoned him willingly. He might think I'm dead. I don't know how many days he's spent feeling unloved, unwanted, alone. Your children ran to you because they feel safe in your arms. I would die for that again. To have him feel that way again.
What is it that possesses your brother?
Don't know. It's something that is cunning. I think he was laying the groundwork to frame me for much longer than I realized. He's made every ally and friend I have ever made turn against me. Immediately. I named Julian after my mother because we were very close. Even she believes I'm mad. All I know is he wants the mine. And he won't stop digging. And he has some sort of psychic abilities.
Is it your brother?
I don't know. Are you asking if he changed allegiances, or is that what
You
you're asking?
know when it comes to family. Is it your brother?
The creature is not my brother, no. The creature tried to kill me the night that I was banished. My brother pushed through to save my life. One final bargain, it seemed, before I was taken out.
He turns to face you and walks closer to you. I have seen many losses. If you ask of me, I will agree.
He almost like looks back at, like, in the direction of the town, like where his kids even like had come running from. And then like she looks back at him like, I don't know, almost like trying to like read the resolve of like, is he okay, like okay with that, if that makes sense, like with his kids.
You can roll another insight if you're trying to read him.
19.
Okay. You get a sense that he seems ready to fight.
He also seems to do this often, so. Okay. So she just like kind of takes like a steadying breath. Sidron. Will you please help me get my son back?
I will.
Feels like kind of like covers like her face a little bit, like just trying not to show a ton of emotion. Thank you. You get so many no's. You almost don't know what to do with yourself when there's a yes.
Your child needs his mother.
I don't have much of a plan. I've been so boxed out. A lot of this, I think, will have to be improvised. What are your children's names?
My oldest is Malden. And the younger is Fizra.
They're beautiful. Do they stay with their mother when you go?
Their mother is deceased. It is my mother. Watches over them.
I'm sorry to hear that. How long has it been?
4 years.
Does that line up with the attack?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So, I'll just say the attack at the vault.
She was slain.
Did she fight like you?
She had some ability.
Well, I can see why you dedicate your life to this.
There is
I
a
hope
lot to
there's a day.
regret.
I hope there's a day you will find justice for her.
When that monster is slain. I'm gonna roll something real quick. Okay.
Did it look like something was gonna happen or no?
Do you want to roll something?
Sure.
What do you want to roll?
I don't know, insight.
Sure. You can roll insight.
19 again. I'm rolling the same numbers over and over again. It's really weird.
You definitely get a sense that there is some strong emotions he's holding back, and he glances kind of out into the desert as he's talking to you.
Any particular direction?
It's more to the south of where you are. You guys are on the south side of the city, but he just looks south.
South. Sorry. Okay, yeah, well, that's where like all where the crazy stuff is. Okay. Were you able to lay her to rest as well? The way?
No. Her spirit roams the desert.
You seen her?
I have.
I'm so sorry. Shudder has broken too many things.
There is much to be set right. And I will do my part to see it be done.
I feel the same way. Did your leader know you would say yes to me? Is that why he spoke the way he did?
Kind of like looks off towards the city a little bit. My grandfather knows me well.
He's your grandfather.
Yes.
Interesting. Well, he must. I don't know how much time you need. I think we were told to leave the city tonight, but I also don't want you to take away from any time you would want to spend with your family before you need to set off. Or grieving.
There will be time for rest and celebration when the war has been won.
You are driven. Do you need time then? For a moment? Do you want to come back with me? What? I'm not sure what the next step is, to be honest.
You leaving this evening?
I think so.
I'll prepare my things.
One thing of note I should probably inform you. think my brother, the creature, spies upon us with magic. He may think I am dead because of assassins and the whole thing that happened back in Heaven's Reach. I don't know if you know of any way to present this, or if you have any magical experience for that.
I do not have a way to prevent that. But why would he look for a dead person?
That is my hope. That's why I think I was so desperate to go forward with this, because this may be the time to strike before it is found out that I am back. All right. I should probably tell you too. We have a mishap affliction. And when those assassins killed me, because they did, they killed me. Those mishap cracks I spoke to you of occurred in the city.
You notice his eyes flare for a second as he's looking at you.
Flare? Oh, interesting. I just kind of blink at him like, what?
I've agreed to go with you. Prepare your things.
Wanted to let you know what you're in for. I just like touch his shoulder a little bit and just say, thank you.
Just kind of like looks at you as you touch his shoulder, looks at your hand.
I just like take it. It's just like quick, like a, just thanks.
Yeah. Just moves past you and starts walking back towards the city.
Sure. It's so funny the difference with the Horde Hunters too, because I'm like holding people's hands and like I'm like hugging them. Like, just, okay,
Please
sorry.
stop.
No touchy.
Yeah, he'll walk off.
And I'll leave.
Anything you guys want to do while that conversation's happening?
Probably trying to peer over and like just gonna see like if I can see how it's going, but not
Sure.
too obvious. Trying to like, look around.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, I think I-
Sorry,
Oh no. Didn't it pass after like a few minutes?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think after
Poison
it doesn't
condition?
last that long. It's like until the next. It's like a few seconds, I think. So you're fine.
Perfect.
So you'd be.
Yeah, the poison thing is one
Still
round. It
happy, baby.
happens. So
Yeah.
I would be keeping an eye on that situation as well as I can see since it's dark. But I think at some point I would also just kind of go off a little ways away from our camp. I don't know, 10, 20 paces or something, not far. And I wanna leave a little flower in the sand for Edison and draw maybe like a druidic symbol for peace. I've just been thinking about him. So just kind of like sending him off. And then I'll come back.
Yeah. There's definitely plenty of
Been
space to
thinking a
do
lot
something like
about
that.
Just been thinking a lot about like the mishap crack and how we lost him and we almost lost the other one. So
Yep.
Just needs a little time.
Eleanor, you eventually can make your way back to the group.
I definitely spend a couple minutes after he leaves, like, kind of crying a little bit into my hand, like, just to be like... It's like that equal, like, relief that someone is helping, and also just the buildup, I think, of the last few days of arriving at the desert. Probably from the beginning of, like, that stupid Scott guy and his stupid steak and whatever that we were dealing with.
Mean.
So mean. Still haven't forgiven him. But yeah, she kind of does that, and then she'll come back, make her way back to the camp.
Okay.
What is everyone doing right now?
Waiting for you to
Pretending
say
to be
something.
busier than-
As soon as you walk in.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be pretending to be busy. I'd be looking right up at you. Expectantly.
When he's like,
What part of the day is it? It's like sunny, right?
It's
Oh, it's
night.
night now.
Oh, this is nighttime? Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
I was about to do something stupid.
Oh. Save it for the day.
Yeah, I was really
yeah. Yeah, so I'll come back, and I'll just like sit down with you guys if you're sitting and say, he has agreed.
Come with us.
Well,
Uh-huh. I didn't think you'd want to.
I think he has seen enough loss and separation to understand. I mean, he has children of his own. I think he doesn't want to see more of that. Continued.
Also, it may, I mean, I don't know, maybe I was reading the situation wrong, but it did seem like he might have known that, sorry, what's her name? The girl who died, but then she's like a necromancer. Who was that? I'm sorry, what's her name again?
Bubaris.
Bubaris. Yeah, seemed like he might have known her. I don't know to what extent, or maybe just knew of her, but if he knows people who could not be themselves and then just become evil, I guess that might be intriguing too, to see it happen again. Not like, maybe it's what caused it, or, you know, how to help.
He certainly seems very deeply connected to everything that is going on in the desert and wants to set it right. So, I think we will leave tonight if you're all ready and if you still are willing.
Of course.
First.
I think I don't think I'm gonna change my mind. Just kidding. Of course I'm in.
You're already smirking as you were finishing your sentence, Davril.
I had to break the ice somehow. Good job. This will make things a lot better.
I hope so.
Do you think that, did you tell him about the curse and all that? Or, you know?
Well, I did not inform him of the curse, but I did tell him about the mishap affliction. I thought at least he should know that.
We may have to discuss like a game plan with him if one of us,
Dies.
well, if we get sucked away, or if we blink out of existence and go to the other place, like he might be alone for a while. I don't know. I feel like maybe we should have a game plan of where to meet or what to do or how to, you know.
If one of us dies, he could also die. I mean,
Would he get sucked in too, I wonder?
No, they
Or he
will
might end up
die.
not gonna-
They will
it could kill
die.
him.
Okay.
All of Shadow Rock could die if we die. We have to make sure we don't.
Okay. We should probably tell him though, just so he knows.
Yes, I did tell him, and then he said I already agreed to go with you and walked away. So,
Okay. He probably should know some of the details. 'Cause I feel like those are pretty important. Even if he doesn't really care about the details, he probably at least should know.
yes, I'm sure we can discuss plans of all sorts with him, because we will need a plan.
Well, yeah, did you talk about if you're bringing Jillian back here, or?
Didn't discuss any of that yet.
Well, we have, what, at least a few days
We have
If not.
options.
longer to sort it out. Do you know how many days?
Do I know, Mark?
From here, it's probably a 5-day
Mhm.
journey.
Mhm.
5-ish day journey.
5? Okay, yeah. It's about 5 days. One thing that he did point out that I had been also wondering is if the assassin did kill me, and then the mishap crack happened afterwards, he may think I'm dead.
Unless the assassin... Well, even if the assassin got away, you were dead.
Yes. So, my hope, and it's only a hope, my hope would be he doesn't even know anyone would be coming.
Seems better to try now than wait for him to get wise to it.
Especially if he has any input or allies, people watching out in Arrow Run.
Yes.
I agree, now's the time.
Thank you all for being so flexible with this.
Of course.
I get some sleep.
Well, we're going to leave soon.
Right? Nope. Not getting sleep.
Did you not sleep earlier, Davril?
Yeah,
He's
just
all
kinda,
like upside
resting
down
up.
because of
Yeah.
the day-night thing.
He's got like his
Yeah.
back ready to go to bed. He's like, right.
Is it wake time? Is the sleep time?
I think
What's happening?
Sometimes you can just wake up and go right back to bed. It's one of those days. So.
yes. We have been journeying rather a lot. He's just gathering his things, and I think he'll be ready.
I hope with his knowledge of the land, we can at least find a way to get him out of there. That may be more useful than anything.
Which, speaking of which, I was kind of thinking over my spells and the landscape. If we do get in a spot where we just need to get away from something, I do have a spell that can make us all a bit faster. Might just help us if there's a moment we just feel like we're going up against something we don't need to fight right now, or outrun for stealth. So hopefully I'll help out a little bit, just in case.
Which is good to know.
It tastes
probably-
horrible, letting you guys know it's like some gum that you have to eat, but
Oh,
just trust me, it
interesting.
works.
Sorry if I'm confused, or forgot what we'd said, but are we planning on confronting your brother, or are we avoiding that and just trying to get Julian
No.
out? Okay.
No, I do not think that we would be able to go against him currently. I would say priority is getting Julian out. if we can
No
find
good to Julian if something happens to us. So
yes.
What if we have to? You don't think we're ready? Should we run away then and
No,
try
we
again?
shouldn't. Yes, if we encounter him, facing him will end in death. The monster hunter that I hired was more experienced, I think, than we are now. And he died instantly. This
We're
is
still mastering our techniques. It's all right.
I would say maybe seeing if we can find any word of Nova might be beneficial. I have removed curse still, so if we can get our hands on Perceiver, we can test that. And maybe an ally with that as well. But I can inform Heidi. And probably Idgen as well. Maybe he has some extra information he can give us about Nova if we can look out for it.
sure.
Or if he sent anybody else looking for her.
That's true. I don't think he has. He seemed to hope that we would do it. But if they seem like they don't have anything else to say, I'll do that really fast.
I'd be packing up.
All right now.
Yeah, kind of.
Oh man.
All right.
So what do you do, Lana?
I will go in my notebook and write to Heidi first.
Okay.
And I'll say, I think you're right, and the time is now. We're going after Julian. Does your offer still stand?
Just see written back. Good. I'll make preparations.
She just writes back, thank you. And then she'll also just say, it's a 5-day journey there. I'll keep you updated.
Good.
And then to Idgen, I'll use the sending stone.
All right.
And I'll say if it works.
Let's find out. No mishap.
Hey! Woohoo!
That's right.
So I'll,
That's what setting sounds funny.
yeah,
I really like that book of yours.
right? You're like, could I have one? So I'll say, we're going into Shadow Rock. We'll see if we can find Nova. Is there anything we need to know that might be helpful in finding her?
You hear back. That is good to hear. Hopefully you can find her. Remember, she can change shape.
I just kind of like, okay, like, great. And put the stone away for now.
Okay. But you wait just a little bit longer after those things, and you spot Zydron approaching with Veneta, all packed up, ready to go, approaching you on the outside of the city.
Be walking in slow motion with a really cool theme song behind him.
Of course.
A
Yeah,
gentle
nice.
desert breeze lifts his hair.
Yep.
So cool.
Oh.
He walks up to you. Are you all prepared to go?
Yes.
Thanks for coming with us. We appreciate it.
No thanks is necessary. This isn't setting things right. Turns and starts to look to the northeast. Begins walking.
Look like he's sticking to like going on a road, or does it look like he's already like gonna go off a road? I'm just
He looks
curious.
like he's heading towards like a traveled roadway.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Yeah. You guys begin your journey.
We go.
You got 5 days. So we'll get into that after our break and see what the road holds for you again. As you guys are back on the road again, this time heading toward Shadow Rock. So stick around, everybody. We'll be back after our break here and see where things go from here. It's gonna get interesting, so stick around. All right, we are back, friends, from our break and ready to get into our second half here as our party is now leaving Ember Vault to begin their trip where Eleanor is from, Shadowrock. Should be a 5-day journey. We'll see if they have any interesting encounters along the way, as I do have another randomized chart for you guys to roll on. So
Yeah.
Oh
Uh,
boy.
These are fun though. I like these.
who wants to take day 1 of rolling?
I will.
All
I don't know
right,
why. Wait, unless someone else wants to.
Do it.
go for it, Kelly.
15.
15.
Good, bad. Could be anything.
It could be anything. Okay.
15 ghouls jump out and I'll kill you, and then we all die.
Oh no.
I want a good goblin business.
Aw.
Hmm?
Minus.
So
Oh,
you guys begin heading out northeast direction from Ember Vault. It doesn't take too long for you to lose sight of the city in the darkness of the night. It also is a fairly nice night. You're not feeling too cold this evening as you travel. Seems like the heat is a little more remaining from the day as you are traveling. Doesn't feel as cold. But as you travel, give me a perception check, y'all. Yeah, there's
Disadvantage
no Minecraft.
towards the dark, right?
Yep, you don't have dark vision, you're at disadvantage.
There goes a 20. How sad.
So, Rach, what'd you get?
3.
All right,
Whoa.
Kelly.
I got another 5, which is my, I think, third 5 that I've
Wow.
rolled today. It's like I get a 9, I guess, total.
All right,
What's going on?
I got a 17.
nice. And
I'm
Mike.
hoping Dad would be here to save the day out of 12.
All right.
Hopefully Dydron is very good at perception.
Cedron's like, guys, you guys are blind.
And he aced the
We all
roll.
step into a cliff
you
and he's
can.
like, oh my god.
Just straight beacons babies all over again. Yeah.
A 17. That's
17's
not that
pretty
bad.
good,
though.
guys.
17's really good. It's really good.
For disadvantage, that's really
No,
good.
that's what I'm saying. For you, it's really good. Yeah.
We got chat blessing. Let's roll that up real quick. That goes to Kelly. And
Thank you.
lower mishap level. Okay.
Oh. That was nice.
It was accurate GIF, Rachel. Like, yeah.
Huh?
Accurate GIF ever. Yeah.
All right.
For Eleanor.
So you begin journeying, and it's fairly quiet as you travel. There's not much you can see or hear out in the distance. Kind of looking around, you don't really notice much of anything. Euphemia, you do notice like a brief moment of like a silhouette over a distant dune. That not really sure exactly what that is, but you can kind of see it up against the night sky. But it's way out there.
Okay.
But as you travel, Eleonora, you are walking along, following behind for following with everybody, and you watch as all of them freeze in place as darkness kind of descends upon you.
Oh.
And emerging from the darkness is Death. He approaches as all of your friends are just frozen in place.
Okay. At this point, she seems like pretty used to it. But she does look a little surprised.
Good evening,
Oh.
Eleanor. Sorry to just drop in on you here.
It's quite alright.
I was.
What do I owe the pleasure?
You're back on the road. I was a little concerned with you, and recent things that have happened to you. And I wanted to offer a little bit of extra help.
Oh. What?
One thing I do have a curiosity about. You are aware of my business and how, Lucy works for me and what she does. The collection of souls. Would that be something that you would be interested in as well?
Sorry, me and Ashley were just talking about this a couple days ago. I was like, I don't know when it'll happen.
Who knows?
We're in a buffet of souls, as I said, right now. What could possibly be better?
Oh my gosh, Kelly's recruiting her to his MLM.
You just have to sign up people underneath you, and you get their souls, and you can give them to me. I'm like, oh, okay.
Really buy in at
That's
300.
really good, actually.
You got 3 people you know.
Gosh.
We have to find 3 other people.
This is so funny. Oh, he asked for sorry. I
Yes.
can't believe that happened so fast. So now he's asking if she's interested. Is that what he asked?
I am curious if you would be interested in being a part of this as well. You've shown that you are capable, and it would be a wonderful addition to the cause if you would like to join as well.
Oh. What are the benefits and drawbacks, I guess I should ask. I'd like to know.
Well, benefits would be it does provide souls to me, which I can then repurpose into potentially helpful magics or items that you can use. And you would have a status as being part of Death's army, and that would be symbolized by a marking on your body that would indicate that, which could be considered a drawback, as that does mark you as it is the magic that allows you to absorb souls, those you slay. But you can suppress it to some degree so that the glow can be limited.
Is there a difference between the benefits of what's happening right now versus what it would be if I collected souls?
I would be able to offer you more if you...
More. Interesting. Why is that?
Because I take the souls that I'm provided with from those who work for me and work on my behalf, receive the souls, and I turn those into useful magics they can use to further the cause.
And I would choose.
Oh yes, you could decide if you would like to absorb the soul. You have to be the one who slays them, but you can choose at that point what happens to them. I would assume that if you are slaying an individual, most likely they are not a good person, but...
Of course. You have an army. I thought you didn't have many followers.
I do not. compared to many others, but I have a small group you would be a part of.
Can I just insight him?
Sure.
Okay.
I'm gonna totally join that army.
What?
No, then.
19.
Yeah, I mean, he seems like he's trying to see if you're interested in this, trying to offer you this opportunity that could potentially help you.
Okay. Is there a reason you're asking me now?
Well, and you know my business, and you are progressing in your abilities. Things are... I mean, you're facing more and more dangerous foes on your journey. This is a way I can offer some extra help for you. Take this partnership to the next level.
Is there any way that protection for my son could be a part of this?
I perhaps
I
can
don't
do
know.
something.
If you see, and I like point to frozen Zydron down the path. He did agree to help. We're going to Shadow Rock.
Oh, wonderful.
And we are not nearly as prepared as I would have liked. Not to mention Mishaps. If we manage to get him, Mishaps or the Hag Curse or whatever else it is that decides to make our lives more difficult could harm him or kill him instantly. Not only that, but if we fail and I am killed here, the same thing might happen. To heaven, like what happened to Heaven's Reach. I don't know what your reach is. I don't know what you can do.
There are some limitations to how much assistance I can offer. But if you agree, the first soul that you slay and deliver to me, I will see to it that I find something that may offer some assistance in this matter.
To him.
Yes. I'll see what is possible with the soul you provide. If you provide more, there's more that I could offer. But we'll certainly see what I can do.
If you protect him, does that jeopardize his future? Do you think? Given what people think? Or more, and what I'm thinking of is, like, will he need protection from... Do you get what I'm asking, or am I... This is very sudden. I did not have time to think about this.
Of course. Well, I do not think that you speak of Ismaida or somebody of that following. I don't think they would have any issue with your son as a result of it. I don't know necessarily if they would even be aware.
All right. That makes sense. But I continue to feel like he's being truthful with me.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Wonderful. Where would you like the marking to be?
Oh dear, I've had far too many tattoos for this time. Well,
I mean, Lucy, as you've seen, has it along
Yes.
her leg. Along your arm could be a potential place. I've had people who put it across their chest. I don't know if you want it across your back. I don't know how that would interact with what's on your back currently, so maybe not the best spot for that.
oh my.
Do it on the back of your hand, potentially.
You said that it's visible. Well, not always visible?
There's a glow to it, normally, yes. It is meant to be like a badge to display your rank. But if you put it like on your arm and you want it to dim, it will just remain on your skin. But once you reactivate it, it would show up glowing on the outside of your clothing.
Sure. She seems like she's thinking through, like, okay, what are all my clothes, and like, where can I like potentially hide this or not, or whatever. Why don't we go down near the back of the arm then? Up here.
Your left or right arm?
Right is fine.
All right.
There you go.
So he'll reach out a hand to like your right side and kind of clasp on the back of your right arm. And this kind of faint glow just begins to appear on the backside of, probably, like, does it go to your elbow, like this, the first part? Or
Yeah, I'd say, yeah, it goes to elbow. I don't want it to be down too.
so it's
No.
just like words appear. Not really words, they're just symbols. You can't really read them, but they just show up in this red, 2 lines, kind of vertical writing, looks like. Begin to glow on the back of your right arm.
Do I feel anything else?
You do feel a little bit of like control over the magic. Like you can suppress it a little bit, the appearance of it. You feel almost like the ability to open up something to accept a soul as well. That is your choice that you can do in the moment.
Okay.
And with this extra protection, I did throw in a little bit of extra already, just to help you out in some way. Trying to prevent any death from happening to you or your allies. Helps you maybe come back from a moment when you're on the brink.
Oh. That is very useful, considering everything.
It won't be an infinite thing, but should recharge if you do use it.
Thank you.
Of course. just want to do my part in helping you succeed. That's my goal here.
What does he seem like now that I did this?
I mean, he's got a nice big smile on his face. He looks happy.
He's like very excited. Okay.
He definitely seems like he's pleased with what your choice. So.
Right. Is he like going he?
I
No, I'm
see.
just kidding.
You fool!
Right, rubbing his hands together.
Twisting his mustache.
Yeah.
A mustache
So why
appears
is your
for
cat on your
14
lap?
seconds.
What?
What does this say, by the way? Is this that language you talk about that you
Oh,
made up
yes.
yourself?
That says Death's Army. It's an indicator of your position. And Mike, you get a blessing.
Yay! Thanks, Dad.
What?
Okay.
No regrets.
So that is what that says, Death's Army. It's similar to the one Lucy has, but slightly different.
What is Lucy's?
Oh, Death's right hand.
Oh, I see.
I'm happy you chose the right side. It kind of goes with the whole,
Oh,
appearance that we have for a lot of things.
Right.
I'm glad to have come through in that area.
Lucy likes to be a little odd. She picked the left leg, but I mean, it works.
He's still bitter
Like
about it.
secret beef this whole time.
Every time he sees it, he's like,
I mean, when it's across the chest, there's no left and right either, so it's fine.
oh,
It's
yeah,
fine.
Of course. Yeah.
You were just now instantly my favorite. It's fine.
I think she wanted it.
Understand order.
I think she wanted it on the left side because that is the side that's facing forward when she shoots her bow. It's just. The whole
Oh,
thing.
yes, the whole visual.
Yes.
Yes.
It makes
Visual thing
sense.
that
It makes sense.
And if you're looking at them, then it's the right side. So, the other people. Sorry, I'm frozen.
Tap really wants to participate.
It's just Michael being like, it still works.
Whee!
But yes, this is. This should help you. And again, if you deliver souls to me, I can return aid to you.
I think that might be the edge we need.
I certainly hope it helps you.
Crap, I was gonna ask him something else, but I don't remember. Do you not want to say how many? I'm curious of how many others. Are they all over the plane or something? Or over different planes?
They travel across different planes, but it is not many.
Interesting. Was this what you spoke of if what gets out? Others might not want to associate.
I mean, this may definitely bring some eyes to you. I think it will also intimidate people. I mean, you have a position now with a god.
Very true. Probably could use a little more intimidation in my life these days. All right. Well, thank you. I'll see what I can do. And I appreciate you bringing this to me.
Of course. I know you can do this.
Do you mean it?
Of course. I don't seek out alliances with people who I do not have confidence will be successful.
Oh, you've just heard of a lot of failures recently, so that's why I ask.
I have failed many times in my life before. But now here I stand. Failures happen. You learn from them, and you keep moving. That is how you find success. Failure is if you stop.
Very good point. Interesting how different it applies to this as opposed to what I used to do, but I suppose the same concept still stands.
I will let you get back on your journey, and wish you luck.
Sure. You're not going to be offended if I turn it down before you unfreeze time, will you? I might want to introduce this gently.
You feel like that's best.
Yes, I don't know about Zydron yet. To scope him out.
I will leave that up to you.
So I'll focus on it. So turn down.
Yeah, it dims.
Interesting. And you can't see it through the cloth.
Yeah, like the red glow up on your arm just disappears from being visible outside your clothing.
Nice. It's like those, like the LED thing on my thing. Like,
Yeah.
oh, that's fun.
You still sense it there, but you don't see it anymore.
Okay, cool.
So we'll turn. Have good travels, Eleanor. Let's start walking towards the shadows.
So you do a little skip.
Just not skip.
Look at the heels, you
Yeah.
mean? Like,
But
yeah.
as
Was that
as he
breakfast club?
disappears, the shadows that were around you disappear. All your friends start just moving back in stride like nothing happened.
I had to sneeze. It was weird. Really wanted to. Nothing worse than
I would
losing
say
a good
Euphemia, with your passive, you might notice that Eleanor is in a slightly different position than like she just skipped a little
Like, she
bit.
just skipped a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Weird.
Just like a
Mhm.
moment, but
Mhm.
otherwise, I don't think anybody else would be aware of anything.
I think I would honestly probably write it off to the dark
Could be, yeah.
if it's that subtle. Yeah.
Makes sense,
I-
yeah.
Yeah. Guys,
Yeah, I don't say anything. I just keep walking like nothing happened.
Yeah, I mean, if
I'll
she's
figure
not-
out a
if
time
she
to
doesn't
do this
act-
later.
If she doesn't act different, I think I'm preoccupied with enough other things I'm thinking about. I would notice it and be like, huh, and then just kind of keep going.
Dare you don't say something. You just got
Hey,
promoted.
Zydron, don't listen. I have to talk to the rest of the group really fast
Without you.
without you. Oh my gosh.
Yep, that's all probably you'd be aware of. But you travel, and this first day goes by uneventfully, besides Eleanor's little visit. Nothing really seems to happen as the day looks like it's breaking, and you guys have you guys are on the 12th. You guys just rest like normal.
Yeah, I think so.
As we set up camp,
Mhm.
I would just say quietly to everyone, I think I have something that can help us now, with our watches. And then she's gonna look a little embarrassed that she brought it up in front of everybody, and she's just gonna kneel down and press her hand into the ground. And as she does, there's like this opalescent like flash, but it's not bright. It's just colors that kind of go up in this big sphere and they immediately disappear. But it's this huge sphere that like coats the camp.
As you do, you feel that
should help.
connection to that nature nearby, just the sands, just that vicinity around you.
She can't hold back. There's like a big grin because she's like,
Aww. It's like I did it.
right?
This.
It should hide. It should hide our fires if we do them, and it should help you with watching all of us and
This
staying
is
hidden.
awesome.
Thanks.
Sweet.
It's good
It's
to hear.
about 30 feet, so
That's a huge one.
Very good. Very good, Euphemia.
Should I still put up an alarm, or can things like, will you know if someone comes in?
I don't know that. It just increases your ability of seeing them. So if you want an alarm inside of it, it's about 30 feet, I think.
Yeah, I think I forgot to put an alarm the other day, so that's on me. Sorry, guys.
Oh, well. You can do it now.
Copper in the middle of a desert.
You're doing an
Yeah,
alarm?
I have a whatever this is. Yeah,
Ritually
Little
or
spear.
actually casting it?
I'll do it ritually.
So he begins working on that. Anybody else doing anything?
I don't think so. I mean, just normal camp stuff. Since we
Okay.
technically ate and made water already, we should be okay.
Question for you, Mr. DM.
What is your question?
If I'm an artificer who's taking a background in jewelry, jeweler's tools and tinkerer's tools, could I, in theory, turn leather over time into studded leather, or is that I gotta go find a blacksmith for that?
I mean, you probably need supplies and the proper things to work with, but
Okay.
that
Well, I
potentially
could turn the tools into it, but yeah, I would just need the supplies, I'm guessing.
you potentially could do that yourself.
It's like how I was thinking the way his armor worked would probably be something he'd want to personalize anyway.
You could definitely work on that at some point. You just would need, again, time and supplies and
Okay.
good enough rolls to make it happen.
Would the supplies of ripping apart scale mail then be what he would need for studded leather, since it's just pieces of metal and leather? He's basically
Potentially.
like taking apart something that doesn't move well into like the pieces that he would need and like just weak spots on them.
Potentially could be something you could work on. I mean, there's probably some like reshaping of everything you need to do.
For sure.
But
Yeah, I know right now I want to be able to like get the pieces I need, but if once he gets to a big city, if he does something, but I think he'll try and sit down probably tonight having that thought and then see kind of like if he can map out what he would need to do to the scale mail and try and like start planning out
Sure.
upgrading his armor that way.
Real quick, as you did cast your alarm, you
Oh,
did get
right.
a mishap.
Of course.
And you have your speed increased by 10 feet, and you start zipping around as you
Yeah.
run into place.
Oh.
That's cool.
Oh, look him go. It's-
Yeah, I can go faster, but it's fine.
Just lasts a minute, but yeah, you get a whole extra 10 feet of movement for a minute.
Nice.
Yeah,
So
you guys
he rabbits
can
around.
go ahead and do your rest during the day. If you want, you can use perception rolls and get that extra bonus that offered by Euphemia. If you want to roll those.
It's a +5, by the way,
Pretty nice.
to stealth and perception anytime I use that.
Whoa,
I'll try and
that's
remind
nice.
everybody to do it, but
That's
+5
pretty good.
to both.
It is nice. If you want to roll
Wait, so I'm
perception
sorry?
checks, yeah, just to
What do you
see what the
say?
bonus is. But
Sorry, Ashley, I'm having a hard time hearing you. I don't know why. Is it what did you say? It was +5?
+5 to perception and stealth.
Okay. Oh, okay, cool.
And is it a
nice.
spot that stays or does it move with you?
It's a one spot
Some
that
point.
I put during a short or long rest.
Oh, okay, cool.
It doesn't
You
have a
put-
recharge
Our
on it,
bonus is
so
stack on top of that, right?
I think it's 1 per day.
I would think so, yeah.
So add 5 to whatever you roll for your perception.
Mm-hmm.
But do our bonuses stack on top of it too, or no?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
So your
if we
normal
have
perception
plus 4 to
roll.
perception.
Mm-hmm.
So
it'd
the
be like
separate
a 9.
bonus, so you get to add the extra 5 to it.
17.
Nice.
19.
Nice.
14.
Okay.
It's a good thing I put that up, because I got 11.
Okay. Wow. Good
What?
news is
I've been waiting for this day. Nav 1, a perception
We
check.
won!
I won't say how Zydron rolled, but
No, he's not part of the Horde Hunters. It doesn't count. It's an asterisk.
but yeah, you won according to the Horde Hunters.
I'm a powerful wizard that no one could. And his haste comes out at all. Went to my head. My bad.
The day the rest goes by uneventfully, we can kind of breeze through that. We don't need to waste too much time there. But eventually you get to evening of the second day of travel. You're on the 12th. And
Rest achieved.
you get your long rest completed. And begin your second day of traveling.
I would have cast Goodberry again.
Oh yeah, I'll cast Mage Armor. I forgot about that.
Okay, so Goodberry first. Let me roll all these. I gotta update the mishap level too. No mishap on Goodberry and Mage Armor. No mishap.
Awesome.
Okay.
I will offer Zydron Goodberries again, only half expecting him to turn it down or say yes, but...
He looks at it and actually takes one this time.
Okay.
Wow.
I'll hand him one more and say, you can keep this just in case you need it. Sometimes they come in handy for healing. It's only a little tiny bit, but...
Okay.
Sweet.
About Venado.
She could eat it,
Benetta does not
If you
need
want.
food.
I figured.
Oh. What? Why?
She's not
haven't
a
seen her eat this
natural
whole time.
camo.
Really?
Special camo?
Yes, she
Well, I
is
thought so
not
before.
a natural camel.
Oh. But, what is she then to do? Like, befriend her, summon her?
Yes, she is summoned.
Ooh.
Pretty dope.
That's interesting.
Do you have some sort of special bond with her, or is she just here because of your summon?
I do have a bond with her as well.
Interesting.
What does that mean, like a bond?
I can mentally command her.
Oh, that's
An
interesting.
understanding.
Yeah, I've been keeping that in mind. That's something I used to read about. Is sometimes when you summon things, there's a fight for control at times. I'm not really big on summoning things, but it's kind of cool. Did you have to gain control, if that makes sense, or is it just kind of innate?
No, she is obedient to me.
Interesting.
Have you encountered many mishaps when you cast? Or does it not happen often for you?
I have not needed to cast many.
Oh, I see. It's like not often.
There is some risk. But she remains as long as she is not slain.
Yeah, keep her away from any pink flowers, that's for sure.
Of course.
What happens if she is slain?
She disappears. We'd have to resummon her.
So it is a bit like Davryl's familiar.
You
I
say
see.
so?
Interesting.
And in a way that cousins are similar, yeah. Same thing.
Sure.
Same result, yes.
Sure, yes. Jav's like snobby.
Thanks for catching on to that. It was a bit like, well,
It's actually not the same at all.
It's not.
it's more of, a different version of it. It's like a wizard using a warlock's book or something. It's just different.
Sure.
He doesn't say it out loud, but you've heard him say stuff like that.
Yeah, right.
Still might not be over that one.
But yeah, you guys get on the road. Who wants to be the person who rolls for day 2?
I'll do it if no one else wants to.
Do it.
Go ahead.
Mike, it is. Okay, what are you rolling?
Today's the day. 7.
7. All right.
Lucky number 11.
Why was how you said 7 was really funny to me. 7.
So many syllables.
Oh my gosh.
So, again, this day goes by uneventfully. It's smooth sailing. Nothing really happens.
Is it kind of
Is
like
it?
the idea that we're on the road too?
Oh yeah, you're traveling, like on the road.
Mm-hmm.
This is more of a
Yeah.
pathway that is frequently traveled, or not frequently, but like definitely traveled.
Do you ever encounter people?
You have not been encountering people. People on the
Okay.
roads here are pretty rare, honestly. Especially coming to
Okay.
Embervault, that's not super common.
True. That makes sense. Okay.
If you get onto the road
one
where it
thing-
connects towards Arrow Run, you might see more people, but
Mm-hmm.
where you currently are, it's unlikely to see people.
I think the one other thing I would be actively watching for while we're traveling and during rests are any other kinds of like animals that I see, just in
Sure.
observation, as familiarizing myself with the area sort of thing.
Yeah, go ahead and roll
So.
perception.
Cool. There goes another 20 with disadvantage. I'm gonna use my bless just so that
Okay.
it gets used.
All right.
Let's see. 8.
Okay.
Really low.
On your journeys, you don't see a lot as you're going.
Sure.
There's like occasionally some plant life you're seeing as you're getting further north here, but
Cool.
you're not
That's nice.
seeing many creatures besides like occasional birds flying above or things like that.
Okay. If there are any interesting plants near the road, I may snag a few and just stick them in my notebook.
Okay.
As I go.
Sure. Yeah, they're pretty dry looking, but
Mm-hmm.
they look like they kind of are meant to survive the dry environments.
Sure.
And some cactus stuff that you notice. But,
Fun. I think just out of curiosity, she would take them and study them later and that sort of thing. So.
okay. But But yeah, with the rolls, you guys, we're gonna cruise on to
Cruise on.
13. So
I do think at some point Eleanor would want to kind of start talking plans, but I don't know like when you want to do that as the DM, Mark, or like if you're trying to get to a certain point. I'm not sure when to interject or when would be. So, just let me know.
I mean, if you want to start discussing plans, now you can. It's up to you if you feel like you want to do it this early.
Mm-hmm. I guess the only thing I would actually ask Zydron is, if we're on more of the main roads headed up to Shadow Rock, do you know if there are many people that we might encounter?
They do have trade that will run occasionally.
I worry because I may be recognized on sight. And I'm talking to everyone too, by the way. But I did recently come into an invisibility spell that may help for some situations, but it lasts an hour, I think. I don't know if there should be any further way to hide. I mean, maybe just what pacify is settle for invisibility for now.
Were you able to even just like put something like over
veil?
your face or something to kind of like at least obscure any immediate identifiers?
I could try that.
We could all do it. Look like we just came from the desert, you know, so it doesn't look suspicious that one of us was just all covered up. We could all look like, we could even get like dust and dirt and stuff too and try and like, I don't know, just make us look a little disheveled so that way it'd be harder to recognize. Especially most people have only seen you in your, you know, fancy clothes.
Right.
Well, and if somebody's on one side of the road, could you walk on the opposite side of Veneta maybe and just not be as visible anyway? They'll look right by you.
True.
They're not looking for you.
Many city folk do not travel at night as well.
That is a valid point. Yes, I don't
We
know
could have
anyone
Zydron.
else that does that normally.
We could have Zydron do the talking, so that way we could just, I don't know.
If someone
stay
approaches
focused
us,
on
you
him.
mean? Yes.
Mm-hmm. That way, you know, we could look like we just, obviously, are just traveling through the desert and.
It is rare when you encounter people on the road. It's just brief passing by, typically.
Sure. All right. I wanted to bring it up just in case, because if it is believed I may be dead, I would not want to ruin that advantage by having rumors spread about before we get there.
Can work
Try and
to
hide
keep it
my
that way.
eye as well. I think I'd be the only one of the few tip-offs if anyone knew the group you traveled with.
True.
During the day, we can be off the main road, though.
I think that is a smart idea.
Guessing the city will be a little bit more on lockdown, but is Shadow Rock ever been a really closed-off city? Or one open for merchants?
The main city is fairly open. Like, you can go into it and conduct business, leisure, whatever you are doing. Businesses, though, like the mine, would be blocked off, though. Just because that's a private thing. It's not like you can just walk into there without security stopping you, typically.
I mean, even just something where Monster Hunter is looking for work protection at the mine if people ask. At least we have a cover.
Monster Hunters almost seems too close to the truth. I don't
Sometimes-
know.
I mean, we're not talking to your brother. We're talking to a guard at the point.
Right.
What are we doing here? Well, we're looking for work.
I just don't know how far his influence has grown in the last 2 years. He may have just all of our employees under his thumb, or he may have the whole city. I'm not sure. But I agree. I mean, we can be as casual as we can when we get in the city, but I am still recognized on site, so there needs to be
Sure. We need
some...
to find an inn or a place to stay that's as close as we can get within an hour that you can be invisible.
Yes. That should be smart. So, I'm not sure how much else we want to plan until we get there. But some factors to think about are memory modification may be a factor, of which I can fix that if I can get within touching distance. And Zydron, we also have... Oh, sorry.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but it's just in this setting, we would know something like that level of magic is not something you could do subtly, right?
No. Not without
It'd be
a
obvious.
Yeah.
sorcery point.
Right.
Unless you have subtle spell, which I don't.
I love that.
I
love
miss
that.
it.
It's so useful.
Yeah.
It would be
Gonna
pretty nice
have-
right now.
Shake a guard's hand and cast it.
Ding. Oh, that'd be so great.
Mm-hmm.
That or distance
Oh, wow.
spell too. You can do it at 30
Oh,
feet.
that'd be so good.
It's a good one.
Why?
Come with me, friend. Now that you remember things.
We have like just a whole accumulation of like people in a room now. The other thing to keep in mind is I did ask for an agent to be sent in to Shadow Rock, and I believe she was intercepted. So finding news of her may also be useful. But just some factors to think about as we move forward.
I mean, I could. Go ahead.
I can do some scouting once we get there if you want to give me some insight on the wildlife in your area.
Oh, yes, I can. Yes, I mean, I have, unless there have been major renovations to the grounds and the house. I grew up in that home. I know every inch of it.
Well, the more you can tell me, the further I probably can go.
That'd be awesome.
Yes. So I can work on that as well. As on our times we are
Good
resting.
mind. I don't know how it affects your wild shape, but I do know many schools that I've gone. Instantly, my disguise was dissipated. So I don't know if there would be any sort of protections that might cause your wild shape to undo. I don't know if it's different or not.
I'm not sure. It's more of a natural ability. I don't know if it might have a magical component to it, but I haven't had to test it in that regard before.
I do know there are many wards upon the house itself and the mine. I don't know about the city. I think it would depend on what building you're thinking about, things like that. So,
In a pinch, I might be able to make myself look like a guard for a short while, but I don't think it's a good first option. It's more like a emergency, we're getting out of there option.
also, I do have an ability now to get rid of magic, or at least try. So, if there are some wards or magical effects, perhaps they would not need to be there anymore if I can get my hands on it.
Sorry, that's cool. My brain
Thank you.
went back to that pink flower, wondering if it would work on that, but that's another time, another place. Just curious who works on mishap magic.
Oh, don't want to touch that, but yes, I see what you're saying.
See, you need to become like a sorcerer. You could do distance, like subtle stuff. It'd be real helpful here. It's just a
Shame.
random thought.
True shame.
Yeah. It's alright.
No life, maybe.
There's a guy in the cult. He just like had everything given to him. It was like as if it was in his blood. He didn't have to like learn anything. So
I know you've always seemed a bit bitter about that. So.
oh, totally. But he failed English a couple times, so had that on him. Grammar wasn't his thing. And everything's given to you. You don't study. That's what happens.
I love the idea of Zydron, just like these are his first impressions.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to the group.
Out of character, I do think wild shape is magical, but Euphemia's never had to test it on a magical.
Is it magical or is it natural?
It says you can
magic.
magically assume the shape of a beast.
Oh, so if you did detect magic, would it show up?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
She's never had to test it in that regard, so she doesn't know that, but...
Interesting. Actually, we could test it, though. Like, right now.
We could.
I like
While
doing
we're
magic.
traveling.
If you guys
Would you want to test it? I mean, it might be good to know.
Sure. Do you need anything for a while? Maybe I'll just stay.
Sure, if you want to stay.
I'm just gonna cat.
I'm gonna cat.
It's been a while.
good.
I'm gonna cat.
Cat mode.
Can I do the tech magic? Annoy.
Of course. Yes, just,
Yeah.
He runs off 30 feet away.
I'm so ready.
And then
Okay.
ritually casts detect magic.
Okay. Instead of just waiting around as you're like ritually casting, you're just like, oh my.
You can just do it as like a blink of an eye.
There's no mishap with your spell cast. Yeah.
Where'd Euphemia go?
I'll come over to you once I see that your spell is almost done.
She's magical.
Oh, she's
There's-
lit up.
Transmutation magic that has happened.
It's good to know. So yeah, pretty obvious that someone will be able to point you out if we have any sort of detection up.
That is a shame.
Good to know
Right.
now, though. That's a good thought.
It is good to know now, yes. Does my mark show up?
Yes. Your marking does show up.
Oh,
Eleanor has something on her arm.
Curious.
Her right arm that you notice.
What's that? You okay?
I'm fine.
Insight check to see if he's
I was just
cool
gonna
enough to
say
pick up.
insight. Is
to
she
be-
fine?
It would be
That's sweet.
conjuration that you would pick up with it as well.
Okay. And this is like not like I'm picking up vibes on you. It's more like,
Right.
is he smart enough to realize shut up before saying something?
I think if she says she's fine, I'm wondering, is she really fine or is she hiding something? That's
Sure.
what I'm wondering.
Same.
11 on his shut up check.
Shut up, Chuck! Oh my gosh.
8.
Oh, insight, right?
Yeah.
8?
Yeah. 9. Yeah, we. How about another 5? I just realized this might.
Wow.
Wow.
It's 5 sitting
22.
up here.
22. Okay.
Of just seeming fine.
Yep, she seems fine.
Yep, everyone.
Uh, 11.
You doubled your score.
Yeah. That's
Uh,
funny.
Okay. Do I see the shape of like what it looks like at all?
I wouldn't say shape. You just sense it like on her upper arm.
Okay. So I wasn't sure if I'd see, because I've seen Death's writing on the book, right?
The
I wasn't
book
sure the
does not
symbols on the
say.
book.
Just a
Doesn't have it.
handprint?
The book
But
does
you've
not
shown
say.
us that before, right? Doesn't it?
I thought it was just a handprint.
Oh, that's right, just a handprint.
It's just a handprint, and like she's mentioned
I'm thinking
that
of the shirts is what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, Lucy has a mark she's mentioned, but she's never like, she didn't memorize what it
was.
looked like or anything. She saw her for like 4 seconds. So
So you just sense conjuration magic on her upper right arm.
Yeah, so cats can be found out, I guess. That's a thing.
it's good to know. Thank you for checking.
It is good to know. Glad we all shared that.
I'm just gonna go
Very
wait
good
by
to know.
Vanetta.
Yep.
About, after the conversation's over.
Because we're journeying right now, right? Yeah.
Mhm.
Is there anything more in that conversation that goes on? Oh. All right, I think Dav at one point will pull off just a little bit, pretending like he's checking out something in the ground, and then he'll point towards Eleonora and just send a message, since only they can hear each other. So what's that on your arm?
No mishap.
That's new.
That's good.
You can play this message.
She will just say, an added protection. I can tell you about it later. I'm just trying to see if it would drive away Zydron or not.
This was up. Good thing I didn't say anything then. All right. Just kind of like heads back to the group. We're gaining wisdom, people.
I'm so proud of him. Look at him go.
Look at him go.
Learning.
Leaps and bounds over here.
I'll just stay as a cat for the 3 hours I get, because I get 3 hours
Panda
now.
Queen
Nice.
3 hours.
Look at that. Oh, thank you so much for the raid, Panda Queen. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh my gosh. Thanks so much.
As you guys wander across the road, you find a little pouch of gold. 32 gold. That is
Whoa!
Oh
left
my gosh.
on the pathway.
Take good care of them.
Well, come on in. Holy cow.
Thank you so much, everybody. Welcome in. You
Thank
just
you.
made us kind of rich. I'm so happy.
Yes.
That
We're
is
very
great
fun
for
proud,
us.
so
That does
32
remind
is
me.
great.
That does remind me too. When you guys go for your rest, Zydron would move up to Eleonora and give you back the pouch of 100 gold.
What?
You just like give it to her with no words.
Yeah, he just like hands it to you and then just walks off.
I like look at it. What is this?
Just walks away. He doesn't say anything.
He knows how broke we are. He can sense the poorness from us.
That's how broke we are.
He's like, they need money.
He
It's
knows the
so
level
poor.
of just pathetic we really are. He's seen it already.
He's like already gone.
Yeah, he just walks off and like goes to rest.
Yeah, so I think she might like get up and be like, are you sure?
It's like, I'm trying to sleep.
Thank you very much. Yes, thank you. And she like takes that back.
It's so good.
I don't think she doesn't know how to respond to the like, I'm not talking to you, bye.
Yep.
Who
None
would
of us,
dare?
None of us know that this happened, or it's just Eleanor right now.
I mean, we watched her
Was it
get up.
visibly?
Do we see this happen or no?
I mean, it's not like he's hiding it. He just walks over, hands her the pouch, and walks away.
Okay.
You see her
I
react
didn't
pretty
know-
like, what?
I think everybody but Dav would be aware of this.
I've been rolling so well in perception today. There's a +5 in the bubble, sir.
This-
It still probably misses.
in the bubble.
Did we just go looking back, like, or thinking back to when we were in that city? Did we see people like exchange? Like, did gold seem to be like the currency there, or did it seem like they were almost wanting to see if we would just like give something? Yeah, or did they use gold in the city and stuff?
I mean, they were going to take gold from you in exchange for stuff, so they use it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I didn't know if it was like, I don't know, just to see if we'd be respectful or not. But
Yeah, I just kind of like hold up the gold like to you guys as like, just be like, it's the gold. It's like mouthing out like it's the gold. I like put it back in my pack.
I think he believes in what you're trying to do.
It's very kind.
We can
This will
leave
help.
the city with more gold if we're successful.
Hmm?
Said we can leave him or the city with more gold once we're successful.
Yes.
All right. You guys can do your rest if you'd like to.
yes,
Yeah.
please.
Come on over, the fire's really warm over here. Just scoot some away from Zydron.
Who you say? What?
Who?
It's like kind of whispering over to Eleanor to join like us.
Like
group.
the four of us.
Yeah.
You probably don't have a fire. It's pretty hot.
Well,
Yeah, it
wherever
is
they're
the
at.
Oh,
middle of
that's
the
true.
day.
It's daytime,
Sweating
yeah.
That's a good point.
in the desert.
I think I got caught up on her saying we hide the fire. I'm like, oh yeah, we would make a fire. And I'm like, why would we? Yeah.
Well, she's mentioning it because she knows
Yeah,
that it can happen.
in case we
but-
ever do need it. Yeah.
Um,
So, hi.
does it look like Zynron's asleep?
Yep.
Okay.
Wait.
Can I look over and see if he like? If you guys are looking, can we try and see if he like, if he looks asleep? Can we tell any movement or?
He looks asleep, you guys.
Okay. Didn't know if we had
No,
like.
but
Don't get
really
too
though,
close
Mark.
to wake
can we
Is he
really-
actually asleep though?
You had like a yuck with like a the inflection went up, and I'm like,
Yep.
Is he? Is he asleep?
I
we
said
shove
what
a
I said.
dagger into him to make sure he doesn't wake up first.
I mean, if you want to
If
kill
you
him
get too
before
close,
you...
Oh my gosh, he's so nice to us. No.
No, I was thinking more like, are you awake? Like, like little kids, like, are you asleep? Just gotta see if he answers. He's like, oh my god,
Maybe-
yes.
Oh my gosh.
He's asleep. We can talk.
Oh man.
What's going on?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to know.
Well, I don't even know what's happening. What's going on?
All right.
Let's put it this
Well-
way. Let me start off. You don't need to say anything as long as we know it's not the hag mark evolving. That's what I'm concerned about.
No. It's not.
You don't need to say anything if you want, but I saw something
It's-
on her that I'm asking about. That's all.
All it is death came to me while we were walking a day or two ago, and he offered some new spells like I had talked about earlier, and also a way to help with stopping death from happening easily for me or for other people. On top of that, I think I might have found a way to protect Julian a bit more from death. Not the person, the concept.
The dying.
Yes.
Yes.
It's always so weird to say that.
Is it like safe for him?
Yes.
Why take 2 days to
Then-
tell us?
Because, well, partly just because I was processing it myself. But I now have the ability to, if I kill something, I can take its soul for death.
So it's true then. He was taking souls.
Evil ones, yes.
But his follower or his people who do that are the ones who decide if the person is like bad enough to be harvested. Is that kind of how it goes?
Sounds like it. Although it seems like he has the standard that he's asked.
So you don't have to do like every time you kill something, you don't have to do it. But if you decided that someone was bad, okay.
And if you don't find someone that's bad before you need to protect Julian, then what?
Then I hope I can stumble across someone fast enough. But I won't get that desperate. If that's what you're
We
asking.
could always go to like find the like ask around town, see the worst person someone people do not like, and then see if they fight us or something, you know.
Hey, sorry.
What? What?
Oh, sorry, I wasn't in moderation mode, so I missed it. That's my bad.
Oh.
I got it.
Yep.
And
You're
Ash-
fine. That's what I'm saying. Don't worry about it.
You were having Dab like whisper
No,
something.
that was me.
There's
I was disappointed in
spam
myself.
thing. Yeah.
Ash, you got a blessing too, so you know.
Cool.
Yay.
Thanks.
So
There we go.
that is what happened.
I've been concerned about if one of us dies again near anyone. So hopefully that can buy us a little bit of time.
That is what I am hoping for as well. I'm
I
hoping.
wish I could help you with that. We still need to find a diamond.
Yes. Yes, we do. But we do have more abilities now, I think. All of us. That will help, I think. So. But that is what is on my arm now. It may sometimes put more of a target on our backs, but I'll try to be careful. And I'm hoping that it will help more than it will hinder.
Do people know what this like? Well, actually, Mark, really fast. Do we like? Is this symbol a common? Is this symbol enough that people would recognize it necessarily? Or no? Okay, yeah.
None of you have seen this before.
Okay. Well, if no one knows what it is, what they might not really think anything of it, right?
Yes, well, and you can't even see it right now. I could turn it on, so to speak, but
But you noticed it with your magic, so it can be
yes,
detected.
it can.
What are you gonna say it is if someone asks you about it? You can make up a little
It's a good
story.
question. Yes, well, and I'd have to be careful. I mean, I don't want to use this all the time. I would use it for something important. But I don't know what I would say. It's all happened very fast. All I know is that with so many things stacked against us, and especially with this circumstance in general, I need every advantage I can.
Nothing wrong with that.
Do we tell, or, do we tell him about, we should probably have come up with a plan, shouldn't we, before we end up potentially
Yes.
dying? Even if your stuff makes it harder to die, I feel like we should at least tell him that
Well,
we might blink out of existence and then appear
I
somewhere
did
else.
inform him about the mishaps and death bringing destruction. There's
So not that we might just
definitely...
leave and disappear for
Right.
ages, but
I don't
Like
know
we
if
get
it...
zapped from this timeline.
The only time we have done that is if we have died or if we have been near mishap crack. It was only coming back here that we randomly would get zapped back.
wait, really?
Yes.
Come on.
There's
So
a
the other
pattern
place is
on
more
both
volatile.
ways.
We've
Okay.
also created mishap cracks by casting a lot of magic in one place.
Yes.
So that may still be a risk.
Yes.
Okay.
So there are some things we definitely need to let him know beforehand, just so he's aware.
We've never actively created one that moved us.
The only thing that moved us was my death, and also
So
the
that was
original mishap crack.
which
That's right.
reacted to
I
our
guess-
magic. We didn't create that crack.
Yes, it just reacted to us. So I
But
would say
the way
if we...
things evolve. at
Well,
this
I think we
point.
might be able to
I'm
tell
not saying,
is
yeah, we're
what I
not
mean.
associated for
Yeah.
sure. I
Like, if
agree
we
with that.
see a mishap crack reacting to us, I think then
Yeah.
we know something might happen. But even with the original mishap crack, it was warning us before we drew near.
I
I
guess
mean, it
so,
was
yeah,
reacting, and we chose to draw near anyway, because we were concerned for the god and other things.
Yeah. I guess I didn't really think about that we've only been... This plane seems less volatile, I guess, in terms of, like, when we get pulled back. But anyway,
Yes.
if we notice something, we can always tell him that we might... Actually, maybe we should have a plan for, like, if we do disappear, then we have somewhere to go, or somewhere he can meet us, or, I don't know, some way to contact him.
Yes.
Who knows where we could end up next time we come back, you know?
I mean, I could have him sign the book.
Who would you have to kick off then?
Either Euphemia. Although I wonder if we'd want to keep you on if you're wanting to scout.
Yeah.
Or we could take out Heidi because we have a means of contacting
That's
her
right.
again. So those are the two options. I also am unsure of... I'm unsure how his group would react to where I get my abilities.
I agree. I was just thinking about that. The power you have now compared to how violently he does not like the necromancer that's taken up souls. You're gonna have to
don't
be
know
very
that it-
delicate on how you ever want to tell him anything.
I don't know that it has to come up.
I agree, but if it ever does,
I mean, it will if I harvest a soul. It's visible.
It
very
seemed
careful
like-
about that.
I say it seemed like transparency was really important to these people. Like, you know, not that we want to say anything right away, but if he's gonna find out, it might be better just to tell him. You know, if you think you're gonna harvest anything.
I was also wondering, I mean, I'm trying to decide because
Especially if he's opened up to you anything about his life or his past or You guys have a lot more conversations we're privy to, but
Right.
if he's willing to take this trip for the fact that he's gotten to know you.
I do not want to give him the disservice of deceiving him. He has been nothing but kind.
You don't have to tell him where the power comes from, but that you have this power that you can choose to use, potentially, and that at least he knows you want to do it without thought.
Lying by omission still feels not very. I don't know. I feel like if you're gonna tell him, it's just tell him like out. Be more.
Well, Vubaris was a necromancer. So, I'm not sure what the line is, I guess. But I do agree, I don't want to lie. And I think that would be a great disservice after everything he has agreed to. And I would not want to spit on that by any means.
I agree.
So, I mean, if he doesn't want to work with us, if he learns something, I guess that's how it goes. I would hope that wouldn't be the case, though. So I'll think about how to do it on the journey. Perhaps.
How long do you think you would have had to think about telling us? I hadn't seen it.
I don't know how long it would have hit it. I just... There's much this implies for my future that I had to process for myself, and I did not want to speak of it until I had given myself some time.
Fair.
I only mean to say this because I want to get it out of the way and I can focus on the job at hand, so don't let it dwell. And I get why you would process it and want to hold it to yourself. It does kind of hurt that you didn't come to us without having to be asked, but I also get it. I'm coming from a weird place of losing everything and missing that bond I used to have with my brother that I took for granted. Maybe it's because I don't have Mike here with me, but you guys are my family now, and I know it's stupid we just met and all that, but I don't want to hide anything from you guys. I don't want to die not knowing I have a new family around me that I can protect. So again, I'm not saying this to be angry at you, or more saying this to just so I can say it and move on, but
Sure.
it kind of hurt. But I'm fine.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, it probably would have been sooner if we had not been traveling with someone
Yeah,
that I do not know.
I know. So I'm not mad. Just disappointed, just kidding.
Sure, would you like to scold me?
No. Just, I think I've surprised myself at how much I found myself bonded to you guys.
I'm a little hurt that Death didn't say hi to us too, but that's all right. I'm sure he will later. It's totally fine.
Anybody
Oh,
else have
no.
any more emotions we'd like to
Hurt
just share?
feelings all around. Yes, does anyone else have any hurt feelings they want to talk about?
Do you think he likes us? Pointing over to Zach, do you think he likes us? Or no? I can't tell.
Oh, totally. Not in like a, you guys are cool and I want to hang out with you forever, but like, I feel like we've earned somewhat of his respect for now.
His tolerance. Maybe.
Okay.
He's opening up a lot more than he did before.
I think he
Sure.
knows that there's a need and he wants to help meet the need. I don't know if liking someone or not has anything to do with it.
Do we get him to like us? Maybe.
Well,
Needed?
Here's the drug.
Like a side thing, obviously. Not like as a main thing that we think about, but like as something that we
you are so sweet, Winifred. I think naturally people like you a lot the more they get to know you.
I don't know if that's true. Especially for him, but thank you though. That's nice of you to say.
Why didn't you draw a little picture for him or something? He kept that.
That's true. Well, I mostly just wanted him to have a nice photo of his nice camel, but I don't know what if he wanted it.
So
I haven't seen any scraps of paper on the desert ground, so. Granted, I probably would have missed it anyway, but I haven't seen it.
I feel like you guys would hide that from me. She's spare my feelings, but thank you.
Maybe,
Take it and curly.
maybe he sent it with his kids to keep it safe.
That's true. Maybe.
I think any time you show interest in someone or ask them a question about themselves that's not too intrusive, then I think that can be very
Did you look
nice.
at Dad when she said
Yeah, I
that?
was about to say that felt targeted.
Not 200. Immediately. Like.
I mean, you can even ask questions like that, but you have to build up to it, you know.
It's true. Yeah.
They have their moments.
But I am sorry your feelings were hurt. I did not intend that.
No. You're fine. Glad I said it.
Is that a for life thing? Like your new job, I guess? Like,
I don't know if I just... Well, I don't know. I didn't ask that. I do know that if things continue to get out, things are going to be very different, even if I do fix everything at Shadow Rock. But in reality, there's not much of a difference anyway, because with how thoroughly my reputation has been shattered already, even if I was proven right, would anyone really change their minds? No, they wouldn't.
Probably not.
My life was over a long time ago, so which is all right. We can just move forward.
Well, we're here to make sure a new life has a chance to be had.
As long as Julian gets the future that he wants, this is all that I need. So, again, thank you for being here.
I hope we can do this without making a mess on the way out. That's my biggest concern.
Yes, that is definitely something I've thought of too.
Same time, worst case scenario, big mess might not be the worst thing. Distract him for a while. As long as people don't die.
That's the problem. Usually they do.
Until we learn to control it. Can't let it handcuff us too much either. Or else we're just gonna die.
Just have to be very cunning, I think, and
Yeah.
I think even when we make plans, they don't really work out. So,
In anticipation of that, I have a question. If we go into this and things, because they usually don't, but don't go as planned, and would your family take any of us captive, or would they kill us immediately? Because basically that should dictate. Because if they kill us, then we have, like I said, a very bad situation. Your mishap crack, things could go very badly. If they'll keep us captive, then we may be able to, I don't know, just trying to be strategic about how we do this,
Yes,
I've
well,
wondered that
I
too.
did mention that when I return to Shadow Rock, I will be killed on sight. That is what Alexandra decreed. I do not know if he knows that you are with me or what you look like, but the pack seemed very interested in my connection with all that, so I would not be surprised. Maybe there could be some sort of, if we're in a desperate situation, appeal to keep us alive because of Heaven's Reach, but that would be a long shot. So that's why we must be very careful in the city.
No doing anything too, sacrificial or something, Dad. I feel like we don't want to, have one of us get left behind or
no one. Yes, I mean, no one can die or Shadow Rock is lost.
No.
So
feels selfish to keep ourselves alive, at all costs, but I guess it might be better in the long run.
it does.
We may need as much as you can tell us about the creature, then. If I'm scouting and something happens, how do you...
Well, yes.
How do you even hope to get an edge on that?
Well, especially because Nova, the last thing that she said to Idgen when she was scouting out the city was that Nova felt a presence. Something felt off to her. And then ever since then, she was silent. And she could change shapes as well. So, I mean, I can save a lot of that information for Zydron when he is here too, so we can all take it in.
Agree.
Sure.
But I do agree. I think everything needs. I will prepare everything I can so that you can go in. Everyone can operate with all the knowledge that is there. Even if Julian can sign my book, that might change things.
Help him escape on his own, I guess, potentially.
I wouldn't want to escape on his own, but draw Perceiver out to me or something. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'll have to think about it on the way over.
Also, I didn't mean on his own in the sense, I just mean it'd be probably easier for him to just walk out than us to, get in type of thing. So,
Depending. Yes. Depends on how ignored he is or not.
Be very, sad for him if he was, but helpful for us if he was.
Yes.
Should we go to bed? Okay.
Thank you, each of you.
Of course.
I put a hand on each of your shoulder and I kiss you each on the forehead. Go get my turn.
Damn it, no. Zydron doesn't like it, neither do we.
No touchy!
Good night, guys. He's taking for his watch.
Or good day.
Good day.
Good day, whatever time it is.
Sun's blazing on us.
I can take first or second. Or whatever.
I can take third.
Whatever you think is not taken. Eleanor
Four.
can go last.
I know what Zydron does, but...
Yeah, he'll just join in on one of the watches. Help out.
He didn't even volunteer. He's like, I'm just sleeping. Fair.
Fair, honestly.
Yeah.
It's the one thing we
I'd
can
let
do
him.
is watch it.
Yeah.
But yeah, the watch goes on fine. Get to evening. Begin your third day of travel. Who wants to roll?
Who is it? You, Ashley, or
I
Rachel?
can roll.
I mean, Rachel and Ashley haven't rolled yet, so I
Yep.
feel like you
I'll
should
roll.
have to roll.
Ow.
Ashley's roll
13.
13.
Is
Okay.
it the 14th now?
You're going to go into the
day is it?
14th over this.
Okay.
Yes, you'll go
Okay.
into the 14th.
Oh, 13 on the 13th. That's fun.
So as you go, you guys can make a perception roll.
Okie dokie.
That's better. 21.
16. Not bad for darkness.
So as you guys are keeping an eye out for risks and dangers, Winnie, up ahead, you begin to see this kind of shimmery, translucent figure that's starting to float towards the road up in front of you.
Float? Or like, can I tell? Like,
Float. Yes.
oh.
Ghosty.
Oh.
I'm gonna point it out to everyone and be like, especially Zydron, and be like, what's that?
He also like stops and takes note of it and just it's a spirit.
Is it friendly? Is it bad? Or is
Trying to figure that out
away?
now. It's just like
Yeah.
floating slowly.
Okay.
You
Does it
interact
look
with
scary,
them,
or is it just like
do
a
Normally you cannot interact with them.
Is it like a humanoid? Like, is there a face?
yeah?
It's
Does it?
humanoid-ish, yep.
Hmm.
Like an expression or anything?
From this distance you can't see an expression, but
Okay.
you just notice this translucent figure. It's kind of a slight shimmer to it. You can see
Okay.
from the distance you're at. It doesn't like emit light truly, but like there is sort of like the light sources that hit it and
Sort
it
of a-
shimmers a little bit. So
Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
Is there any way we could look and see if we recognize it, or is it still too far away?
you'd have to draw closer if you want to try to recognize it.
Okay.
Probably not then, right?
Zydron
Zydron
looks
seems
like
he's-
he's kind of like looking very intently at it as he's just watching it.
Okay.
He does have
Does he look-
his warhammer in his hand though.
Okay, so he looks like he's preparing for potentially be like attacked, basically.
He does look like he's
Okay.
prepared himself.
I'd
I
I
I'll
think
do the
I'd be
same then.
copying
just kinda-
him.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, take a look at how he's standing.
Oh, hey,
Yeah.
earlier in the morning, Mark, could I have done mage armor? I do that every day, but I keep
Yep.
forgetting to say things. I forget you rolled
I would
for
also
it.
have casted Goodberry, so I'm going to use that spell slot. So
Okay. No mishap for 1. No mishap for 2. You're good.
hey, wow, we've been really fortunate.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Wow.
I'm scared.
I don't like it when we're potentially
know.
trying to fight and we have it all built up. That's what makes me nervous.
But
I
yeah,
know.
Zydron's just watching as this thing is like floating kind of sort of in your direction. It's gonna
Mhm.
float maybe like a good 50 feet in front of you across the road.
Mm.
Really, it's doing anything in particular, or just kind of just wandering around.
It's just floating slowly. It does not look like it's picking up speed. It's just kind of very slowly going. And like you're at a standstill now because it's moving very
Right.
slow, but
Yeah.
he's
I
just
would
standing
ask-
watching.
As we're watching, I would ask Zydron, are these ever accompanied by other undead? Like as a distraction, or
The dangerous ones might be. He's just looking at it. It looks like it is a male as it starts to get closer.
Yeah, Eleanor's like trying to like look at it.
I am too. Yeah.
Nothing really stands out too much about this individual, but yeah, a male human
Doesn't seem to
just floating across the road.
doesn't seem to see us or acknowledge us at all, right? Not yet, at least.
Not at this point. It does not look like it
Okay.
is acknowledging you. But yeah, it's kind of like diagonally
I-
going across, so it's going across the road and then just going in front of you. That's the pathway it's going.
Okay. I'll just follow Zidron's lead then, I guess. And
Yeah,
wait
I
for
feel
him
like
to
we're
move.
probably
If he
taking
starts moving,
Sidon's
we'll-
lead. Yeah.
Yeah. If he starts moving, we'll move. If not, we're just gonna do exactly what he's doing.
He just looks like he's examining it, seeing it, like maybe if he recognizes it or something, he's inspecting it. But it just floats by and kind of lets his guard down a little bit, puts his weapon away, and all right, let's keep moving.
So it wasn't anyone I
They're
recognized.
both looking for their husbands or wives. How it goes.
Actually.
Very sad.
Yeah, he doesn't
Same.
interact with it. He stays away from it, but
Mm-hmm.
it does just float by eventually and progress further out into the desert to the west.
So there is a few up north, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Some occasionally might go up north. They're rare, but it can happen.
Do they ever travel in groups, or is it mostly like alone?
Typically alone.
And
That's
you
sad.
said that they don't remember anything.
When you try to speak to them, they look right through you usually. Or they become aggressive.
Hmm.
So I was gonna ask. So if they become aggressive, you can fight them.
Will attack you.
Does that put them at rest afterwards, or do they just stay?
Don't know. But he pushes forward now that the pathway is clear. You guys made it another day successfully closer.
Wow.
Oh.
Easy.
I'm not gonna say anything till we get there, but I am. Never mind. Seems to be.
Shut up!
All right. Anything you guys want to do during watches? We'll keep rolling as long as nothing crazy happens. We'll see how far we get.
Speaking of crazy,
I'm good. Let's roll.
I did have one thing on Dav's watch that I think he's going to attempt because he hasn't had access to this yet.
Okay.
He's going to think about that word for his Ackroll, or that they potentially is able to connect to Ackroll.
Mm-hmm.
But he's going to kind of go off just a little bit to like the edge of the circle, like that we're in. So he's kind of like that 30 feet mark. He's still within it, and slowly start doing his blade singing kind of movements and access that kind of like enhancement of the blade singing. And in that moment, he's going to then focus in on that and see if that makes any difference whatsoever to this connection or trying to understand it or anything.
So as you start doing your motions, I mean, typically it's just the motions you're doing. But as you move this time, you feel yourself connecting to that magic of the motions that you've been taught. If you want, you can describe what it looks like.
Sure. And in this one, it's just kind of like very simple, like sparks of like electricity that kind of zap out of different spots on his armor and stuff like that. And when he finally connects, it's not the stone eye, but his other one kind of like has like a little bit of a lightning flare that almost looks like a flame. That's just small, but kind of like zaps out. And as different movements occur, like in his speed or any movement, it would be like a spark of that lightning would go down to different. He's got little like, I hate to say like lightning catchers on his armor, but they have little like towers or like rods that stick out that catch it, and those kind of like absorb different parts and eventually go into his gauntlets, and that kind of helps focus that. And the difference here being some of these electricity actually goes down to his feet, so you can see electricity between his like feet and the ground, and it's almost like when they flash, they're so bright that like just around there's like this dim darkness that kind of just goes for a second and then kind of like it's back to normal. So it's not as much right now because he's not utilizing much of it, but that's just kind of some of the sparks that occur. Little anime boy.
But yeah, that other
Think of your
eye,
friend.
the stone eye, is still inert. Nothing's happening there.
I guess. We'll close the eyes and try and say that word again and just see if anything connects or if it aids in anything.
Does not seem like you have a connection to it at this point.
Like, let it go. Felt good though. I'll just go back to his watch. Keep an eye. I've been trying to think about it and think about if there's any connection to Akrol in the desert or whatnot, but he's not really looking for much.
Okay. But yeah.
I think most of my watches at this point, I would be looking at all the family pictures that I took and kind of moping about those, honestly. With getting closer to Julian too, she's been thinking about family more. So she's just kind of searching her memories about them and looking at those pictures and processing a lot of that.
Okay. Well, nothing else. We can move on to day 4 of travel. Unless you guys look rich.
Are you trying to get through the session fast?
I just am seeing how far we're gonna get, or if something's gonna happen with the rolls. Like that's basically what I'm seeing.
Sure. Okay.
Like, am I preparing for Shadow Rock next session, or is something gonna happen?
I
here?
see. I can wait then. I was gonna talk to Zydron because we said we'd tell him, but I don't want to make it difficult for you planning. So I can.
If you want, you can just say you would tell him about it. Like, that doesn't need to be a whole scene. I don't think it's needed to be a giant scene, unless you want it to be.
With the death thing?
Oh, with the death thing. That's a bigger thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a bigger thing. That's something I'm still weighing. But I was gonna like weigh out some things, but I can wait. I can do it next session too.
Okay.
You want to do that?
Sure.
Does that make your life easier? Okay.
Sure. You gotta roll this one, anyways.
Mm-hmm.
You're the roll for the 4th day.
Okay.
What's Rach
I do
gonna
mage
get?
armor again.
Okay. Yeah, let me
Also
get
good,
those.
Barry.
Alright, let me roll those. First one, no mishap. Second one, no mishap. Look at you guys go. You're so lucky.
Oh gosh,
There'd
what
be
is
an alarm in
out?
there as well if you want to roll for that.
Sure.
Think about it.
We're so honest. Look at us go.
Just trying to deplete the balloon if I can.
There's no mishap on the
Oh
alarm.
my gosh.
Oh,
Oh
just blew
boy.
it up bigger. Sorry, guys.
Oh boy.
Yep.
Dab's I'll take the balloon hit every time. That's fine.
All right.
Here, Euphemia, usually.
All
What'd
right,
you roll,
seriously.
Rach?
All right. 8.
8.
Hmm.
Okay. So, you begin journeying that day, and as you progress through, or that night, progress through, give me perception rolls.
10.
18.
All of us
Sorry.
shoot.
You said 8, right? You rolled?
Yeah.
Me?
for
Oh.
her roll. So 8 for Rachel. Okay. So Rachel, did you get for your perception?
10.
10. Okay.
Mhm.
Kelly.
18.
Ashley.
Also 18, and I used my other bless.
Use your other bless.
Oh, I haven't used a bless yet. I'm just gonna use it just to be. I don't know.
I wanted
Sure.
to start using
21.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll use the reroll since it's the end of the game.
Okay.
Oh, much better. 19.
You have a bless too.
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
And you said
It's
Kelly
weird.
used your
Last
bless
time was
too.
9 and 5, and this one's at 19 and 15.
Kelly used your bless. Mike used your bless. Okay.
22.
22.
Hey.
All right.
That so good.
Dev likes the desert.
Apparently he is
all of a sudden.
very much so feeling the desert. Okay.
He's like opening his eyes more now that Michael's not here.
So up ahead, like there's a section of these red deserty rocks that you can see. And there's a moment that as you draw close, skittering up over top of one of them, Winnie and Dav and Euphemia, and also Zydron. So everybody but Eleonora, essentially.
I'm just thinking about a lot of things.
Skittering up
That's an expensive
over one of the
idea.
rocks, like from behind it, as you draw close, you see a massive scorpion, like large size category scorpion, just rise up and skitter up to the top. And it looks down in your direction on the road, and it comes down and begins to skitter towards you guys. And that's where we're going to end, because this is a
Oh my
combat.
gosh.
So
Gotcha.
we will...
There we go.
We will be ending as you guys have rolled an encounter.
Finally.
Close.
Wow.
You did it.
I know, that was
Ellie
crazy.
just had to say something.
I know. I was gonna say, like, everything's going really well, but I'm like, oh, no. It was going too well. That's okay.
Too well.
I jinxed this. Sorry, guys.
It's okay.
Man, those giant scorpions give me flashbacks to your campaign you ran with
so-
all those freaking
Got my
scorpions.
nice
Oh my gosh.
Scorpion mini out, ready to go for this.
He's ready.
So,
Sorry, Arizona fans don't like that though.
we will be
Yeah.
encountering a scorpion as we start the next session.
Um,
But yeah, we will sign up on the recording. But real quick, before we do the recording thing, in case it comes up Friday, we're going to premiere Rach's Session 0 as we draw close to Shadow Rock. So
It's time.
we will plan on streaming it here on Twitch on Friday at 7 p.m. And we'll just play it. I don't think it's super long. I think it's like an hour, if I remember right. But,
It's an hour-ish, yeah.
so we're going to stream that on Friday. So you can try to catch that at 7, and then it'll be live on YouTube afterwards. So if you're watching this recording happen before that, cool, come join us. If not, it'll be up on YouTube anyways. You can watch it whenever. So
That's the very first Mishaps.
it is the
Session.
absolute
It was
first
the
mishaps
first
we ever did,
one.
too.
Mm-hmm.
And then we will have one Session 0 left after that, which is crazy to think about. So
Wait, who's this left?
Mike's will be the
Yeah.
last one.
which is
Okay,
crazy
yeah,
because
that's
I
right.
think
Yeah.
his score came out like first.
Yeah.
Out of
Yeah,
all
that's
theirs.
right. I'd forgotten.
That's so funny.
Yeah, we'll sign off on this recording, and then we'll raid somebody, so stick around for the raid if you're here live with us. But thank you so much for watching. Appreciate you. Bye, everybody.
Bye.